What's going on, my internet friends? Today's video is a bit introspective. I hope you find it interesting and that it inspires you to think about your own creative goals for the new year. So let's get started and let's manifest some positive shit for ourselves. So my first goal for 2021 is a bit of an easier layup for me because you could say I've already been working on it. Goal number one is for me to release an art book in the first quarter of 2021. And throughout this year, I've talked about my next art book every now and then. And kind of as I complete various pieces, I've tried to compile the images in one place so that they can be handy for this upcoming art book. I have really high ambitions for the contents of the book, the bundles I'll be releasing with it, and potentially crowdfunding the production of it. I had put it on this list of goals because I figured, hey, it'll be a win. I'll achieve this goal at the start of the year, and it'll be a good way to, I guess, set the tone and set the momentum, or create a momentum for me to just keep going for the rest of the year. We all need some wins to get us going sometimes, so that's what this goal represents for me. Goal number two is to complete my original comic book, Onion City Chronicle, Volume 1, The Last Indigo. I've worked on this project on and off all throughout 2020, and I really hope I can knock it out in 2021 if I'm more efficient and proactive with the time that I spend on it. I mean, I just think it's a very doable goal that I just, for whatever reason, can't finish. But next year, I swear it's gonna happen. I mean, I already have the storyboard mapped out for like a 60 to 70 page book. And at the time of this video, I'm about like 10 pages in. My overall goal for this book is to have it, completely finished before uploading chapters on like a weekly or bi-weekly basis to Webtoons. I do plan to include the prologue of the comic book at the end of my upcoming art book, which, as I mentioned in goal number one, will be released in the first quarter of 2021. Now we really manifesting out here, aren't we? Goal number three is to create at least 10 acrylic paintings. You heard me, bro. 10 acrylic paintings. And the reason this is a big goal for me is because in 2020, I only completed one acrylic painting and one studio mural. Again, at the time that I'm recording this, I have 3 other acrylic paintings that are in progress. And maybe I'll finish one before the end of this year, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, like this year, for whatever reason, I still created a lot of art, but it was in the form of sketches, illustrations, digital paintings, but my actual count of physical acrylic paintings on canvas or wood was very small. And honestly, I want to really expand my body of work when it comes to paintings next year. I feel like I did a lot of observing and a lot of like studying other painters to pick up different techniques. And while I only did one painting in like the first quarter of this year, in the paintings that I'm working on at the end of the year, I'm seeing like noticeable improvements of just me applying new things that I've learned and picked up just from watching others, honestly. So next year I want to take it to another level and just like pump out 10 paintings, like one painting a month or every 1.5 months. I think that's a doable goal as well. I have, hopes that the world might be open to art gallery shows, and if that's the case in 2021, I gotta have something. Right now I got nothing to showcase, so I wouldn't be able to participate if somebody was like, yo, we need 5 paintings for a show or a group show or something like that. So that's why it's important, I guess. I feel like a lot of fine artists that I talk to will always tell you that creating a body of work is always the most important thing, and that everything else kind of falls into place after that. So that's why it's priority. It's in the top 5 goals, I guess you could say. Or will this be a top 6 goals? I don't know. Keep watching. Goal number 4 is to continue to explore gouache painting. Gouache painting is something that, like, at some point this year I bought a set and I didn't really open it or use it until like way later in the year. And you know, when I got to play with this gouache set, I really feel like I loved it. If anything, it almost felt like I was able to do certain things with gouache that are always kind of more challenging to accomplish with acrylic painting. And I was like, maybe this is the medium for me. I just never knew it was. Not that I'm like Mr. Stick to one medium, you know, I'm Mr. Try every medium low key. So with that said though, I really enjoyed playing with gouache, and I'm trying to fill this gouache sketchbook that I got and maybe create some serious gouache paintings in 2021. Goal number 5 is in 2 parts, so I'm cheating with this one. I want to find more ways that I can help my fellow creatives. And I guess part 2 of that, by doing this, I'm hoping to grow a more engaged community. You know, wanting to be more helpful to other creatives kind of became more important to me in 2020, and I don't see that going away in the future. I don't know if it was COVID or I really don't know what it was. I just felt like I was trying to share more this year. Like, I'm always the type that shares information as I get it, but for whatever reason this year I was like, I kind of want to apply that to my channel specifically. And that's why there's a 5-question survey in the description of this video and a bunch of others where I encourage artists to fill out the survey so that it can, you know, help me come up with helpful topics that I can cover in video form that could help you, you know. With that said, I feel like in the last year, by doing this, I was able to, you know, just kind of connect with people more, and I'd like to do more of that in 2021. I feel like creatives are always on this like independent journey that's theirs, but at the same time, you know, that same journey is very similar across the board also. Like, a lot of us love making art and consuming art, but let's say for example we all work full-time jobs in non-artistic fields. Can't say all, some of us are really living this dream, but a lot of us aren't. A lot of us are still chasing it. So we may be navigating the journey in different ways, but we're still on a similar journey. So why not connect on that level and share information as we go? My final goal, honestly, is to get better at everything. Like, that's literally it. It's just like the goal. You know, in the past year, I feel like my drawing skills had a noticeable improvement. You know, your boy started to do a little bit more research, more studies, more referencing, and less freestyling, and that shit helps a lot. And by doing that shit, I was able to come up with this video about improving your drawing skills, which I can link, I guess, up here in the info card. But yeah, like that stuff works. You know, for the longest I was always like, I must come up with everything, you know, complete freestyle, complete imagination, free thinking art creation. But sometimes shit just comes out better when you plan it. Like when you grab a bunch of different references and create a mood board for the painting you're trying to work on, it takes it to new levels. I've really been using, like, for example, the Asaro head to kind of get a better understanding of the planes of the face. Recently, I was doing some skull studies. Like, I'm out here improving, bro. With that said, I may not have finished many acrylic paintings, but boy, did I watch a lot of acrylic painting videos in 2020, which I guess I did mention earlier. And I definitely picked up, you know, new techniques that I'll be applying and that I'm currently applying. I also got better at digital art from watching hella tutorials and messing around in Procreate. But yeah, like I want to do more of that. Like the day where you feel like, yo, I'm just the shit and I'm good is the day you're gonna like stop growing, and I don't ever want to stop growing. So I'll leave it at that. I want to, you know, continue to improve on every aspect of my art in 2021 and beyond. And now it's your turn. Comment, you know, one of your biggest art goals for 2021 or your biggest general goal. And to end this video, I just want to say that if you supported my work in any way this year, thank you. You know, if you bought an original, a print, a sticker, an art book, a t-shirt, or threw me a couple dollars on Patreon, you are a real one. And if you shared my work on an Instagram story or retweeted it, or, you know, shared my videos with anybody, I super appreciate that too. There's a lot coming in 2021, and I want to see you all there. Peace. So you actually stuck around, huh? You think you better than everybody, huh? Well, you are, man. You are. I'm just playing, man. Just a guy that plays too much, you know? If you made it this far, you probably know this is the Patreon shout-out section where I thank my patrons for holding me down. There ain't many of you. There could be more, you know? Check me out, bruh. $1 a month, support your boy. $3 a month, you might get something out of it. 5? You might really get something out of it. But 10? Oh man, we pretty much go together at that point. Check me out. Till next time.